Hello everyone, welcome to ABC Interactive English. I'm Mike.
And I'm Karen. Today we are looking at part 3 of our story called The Robin and the Bear.
Yes.
So we know that the robin is trying to start the fire to help the Native Americans. But the evil bear blew out the fire, but that didn't stop the robin from saving the Native Americans. The robin is very smart. So he got the fire going on again, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, this robin really knows what he's doing. He started with a small fire, added some twigs. When the bear blew it out, he knew, the robin, if I fan that fire, I can bring it back to life, and he did. He really knows how to make a fire.
Well, how about you? Have you ever started a fire?
Well, yeah, I learned how to make a fire when I was a kid. At my school in England, it was in a very old 400-year-old building.
Okay.
There was no heating in the building in the winter at all.
You're kidding me.
And the only way we got warm was there was a giant fire in the main area, the main sort of living room of the building, and we, the kids, would be in charge of making the fire and keeping the fire burning for one whole day. If the fire went out, the teachers would get cold, you would get in trouble. So it was a very serious thing, and we had to get up at around 6 or 6:30 in the morning, about an hour early, to make the fire.
But how
so
do
it
you
was
know how
warm.
to do it? Did they teach you?
Not really. An older student might show you, but you just throw in some wood, throw in some newspaper, throw in some fire, and hope for the best. And the other thing was, if you forgot about it after lunch or in the evening and the fire went out, you'd be in big trouble. So all day, you'd be hanging around, checking the fire every hour after class, look at the, and your clothes would smell of smoke for like a week afterwards.
I cannot believe that they put the students in
Yeah.
charge of the fire.
11-year-old students.
Would that be dangerous?
I kind of thought it was, but no one seemed to think it was, strange
then.
or weird or dangerous. And in the end, it was kind of fun, but I didn't like smelling like burning smoke and burning wood for, a few days until I could change my clothes.
Wow.
But yeah, that's how we kept warm, and we would be like the Native Americans when it snowed. We would be freezing cold in there, but we didn't. I was the robin. We were building the fire.
Wow, so if you were the robin, you would definitely know how to keep the fire going, right?
I think so, but I never had to build one in the snow like him, so he's impressive. Let's find out what happens in the final part of The Robin and the Bear.
That back and forth happened again. On the third and final time, there was only one tiny spark. So the robin fanned and fanned. Meanwhile, the fire burned his breast.
All right, we are here with The Robin and the Bear Part 3. There's a big problem here. The Native Americans are freezing cold. The robin's trying to build the fire. The bear blows out the fire. The robin builds the fire, but this isn't helping these poor freezing Native Americans.
And what's going to happen next?
I don't know.
Okay, well, we're going to find out right now. That back and forth happened again. So when you're saying back and forth right here, we're talking about the robin trying to build a fire, and then the bear blowing out the fire, and then the robin building the fire, and the bear trying to blow out the fire. So when you're saying back and forth, it's between these two things happening again and again and again and taking turns. So that back and forth happened again, and we are going to see what's going to happen next.
That's right. Someone's going to have to quit or give up, or who knows. There's got to be some ending to this. It says on the third and final time, there was only one tiny spark. So this was the third time the bear had come along to blow out that fire. It was getting harder, I guess, for the robin to build the fire back up. And this was the third time this back and forth had happened. Third meaning number 3 in a list. When we use these numbers, we're talking about in a list, in a ranking from number 1 to number 20. If you're number 1, you are first. If you're number 2, you are second. Number 3, third. And then we get into the easier ones. It's usually just sort of the number with th. Fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh. This is something we might use when saying who won the race. First, second, third. Third would be the number 3 person to cross the finish line, or in this case, the number 3 time that this back and forth happened, the third time.
But then it's the third, and also it's also the final time, right?
Oh, that's true.
That's right. So final is an adjective. So when you say it's a final time, that means is the last time. So final basically just means last. So I guess there's no more back and forth after the final time, right? So who is the winner?
Well, we're going to have to find out because the fire is out. This is the third time this has happened. The robin is just as determined to not let that fire die. So, it says, so the robin fanned and fanned. You can imagine that little brown bird moving his wings as fast as possible, blowing air onto that fire to get it to come back to life. Meanwhile, it says, the fire burned his breast. Aha! So he got so close to the fire to try to give it more wind. He got too close and he actually burned himself. He started to, you know, like when you get too much heat or fire on your skin, it turns your skin red. It's very painful. You might have to go to a hospital or something. This is having an accident and hurting yourself with fire.
That's right. And it says, meanwhile, it burned its breast, right? So meanwhile is an adverb. It just means that something is happening at the same time. So while the robin is trying to fan and try to bring the fire back, while he burned his breast. And breast is what we mentioned before. It's like the chest part of the bird. It's the front part, and it's a little bit below the neck. Oh no, poor little robin.
He is so ready. He is so determined to do this. He's even allowing himself to get hurt by the fire. But he's not quitting. He didn't stop fanning. He's still fanning that fire. Let's take a break and we'll see if the robin can finally be successful, get that fire going, and save those poor Native American people.
The robin prayed, "Please, fire, burn for the Native Americans." Finally, it came back to life, and the bear couldn't blow it out. Then the Native Americans saw the fire and took some into their houses. One old woman brought the tired robin into her home. Sadly, he was dead. Also, his breast was red. From then on, robins had red breasts.
So before the break, we were looking at the story and we know the robin and the bear, they were going back and forth, building a fire, blowing out the fire, and it was going back and forth many times until one final time there was a little spark left. And then the robin was trying to start the fire, get the fire going again, but then the robin burned his breast, right?
Yep,
so that's
right.
where we stopped. So what's going to happen now?
That's where we stopped, but the robin didn't stop. He was still fanning that fire, and as he's fanning the fire and being hurt by the same fire, the robin is thinking or praying. It says the robin prayed, "Please, fire, burn for the Native Americans." So he's kind of asking for God's help or Mother Nature's help or some special power to help him to get this fire to go because he hurts and his wings are tired, but he doesn't want to quit. Finally, it says that's the fire, finally, it came back to life.
Yay!
and the bear couldn't blow it out. The fire was too big, too powerful. No matter how hard he huffed and puffed, that bear couldn't blow out that fire. It looks like the robin has succeeded and saved the day.
Good job, Robin.
Wow.
So I guess it's a happy ending, right?
I hope so.
Okay, let me continue.
Yes.
Then the Native Americans saw the fire and took some into their houses. So
Good.
everyone is taking some fire into their houses so they can keep themselves warm. One old woman brought the tired robin into her home. Aw, because she noticed the tired robin that's been trying to get the fire going for a very long
What
time.
a nice lady.
That's right, but sadly, he was dead.
No. That's not what it says.
Yes, it is.
Oh, I don't like that.
Sadly, I don't like it either. So sadly is an adverb. So you would use sadly to describe when something happens that would cause the feeling of sadness or disappointment. It make you sad. Of course, knowing that the robin is dead would make you sad. So you would say, sadly, he was dead.
No.
Yes.
Change the ending.
Unfortunately.
I don't like this ending. Why can't he just be cold and tired and they bring him back to life?
I'm sorry, that's not how the story goes.
I don't like this. Anyways, yes, it says he's dead. That's a terrible ending. Because he died. His life is over. He is no more. They might say, oh, Robin, thank you for saving us. We owe you so much. But the robin won't hear it because his heart is not beating, his brain is not working, his body is not moving, his life is over, he has died, or if we talk about him using this adjective, he's dead. He's not alive, he's dead. And that's sad, and I don't like this ending. Also, we read as we reach the end of the story, and this is one of the main points, his breast was red. Remember, his breast, his chest, the front of his body was brown, but it became red when he got burned by the fire. Robin with a red breast. From then on, robins had red breasts. And if you look up a robin on the internet or find a picture of it, you will see they have red breasts. In fact, sometimes they're called robin redbreasts.
Exactly. So that is why the robins have red breast now. It's because of this story.
I'm not sure that's exactly science, but it's certainly a very interesting old story that explains why these little birds became so beautiful, because they're heroes.
They are.
But he died, and I don't like
Although
that.
it's a really, really sad ending.
Yeah.
But you know, you're right. The robin was a hero.
What
he
a
was
hero.
very brave, although his body was so tiny. But then he used all his power to help Native Americans.
There you
right?
go. He wanted to help so bad. He wanted everything to be so perfect that he ended up sacrificing himself, hurting himself just to do that. I wonder what happened to the bear.
I have no idea.
Hopefully they chased him away with fire or something like that, and it'll never bother them again. Yeah, well, there you go, guys. A very interesting, touching, moving story, and also a story that gives us a little bit of Native American culture. So we'd like to share that with you. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you back here with more great articles very, very soon. Until then,
See you guys next time.
bye-bye.
That back and forth happened again. On the third and final time, there was only one tiny spark. So the robin fanned and fanned. Meanwhile, the fire burned his breast. The robin prayed, "Please, fire, burn for the Native Americans." Finally, it came back to life, and the bear couldn't blow it out. Then the Native Americans saw the fire and took some into their houses. One old woman brought the tired robin into her home. Sadly, he was dead. Also, his breast was red. From then on, robins had red breasts.
Hello, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 third 形容词，第三的。Today is Emma's third birthday. 今天是 Emma 的3岁生日。下一个单字 final 形容詞最後的 This is the final chapter of the book 這是這本書的最後一章節。下一個單字 pray 動詞祈禱禱告 My mother often goes to the church and prays for us 我媽媽經常去教堂為我們祈禱。最後一個單字 dead 形容詞死去的死亡的My grandfather has been dead for 10 years. 我爺爺已經過世10年了。接着我們來看重點文法。第一個 come back to life 起死回生。我們來看看這個例句。
And on a dark and stormy night, in the middle of the dark room, the body came back to life.
下一個文法 from then on 從那時候起。Then 在這裡是一個名詞，表示那時候的意思，所以 from then on 常常會用在過去式。我們來看看這個例句 I broke up with Ethan. From then on, I never saw him again. 我跟 Ethan 分手了，從那時候開始，我就再也沒看過他了。以上就是這一課的重點單字跟文法，回去記得複習哦。我們下一課再見，拜拜。
Hi, I'm Toi.
I'm Carolyn.
I'm Josh.
I'm Kiki.
And today we're playing a game called Undercover. And we each have a word on a card. 3 of us have the same word, but one of us has a different word. And we have to figure out who the spy is. We have 2 rounds of giving clues, and then we'll guess who the spy is. Carolyn, you ready to start?
Yes. People might get together if someone is this.
All right, swimming in the ocean can make you feel this way.
I usually feel this way after a long run.
True love's first kiss.
Okay, round 2.
Some people are afraid of being this.
I know for a fact that my plants are this.
Sometimes people are happy when this happens.
Usually people cry when they know somebody is this.
Okay, these have been interesting clues. Okay, so on the count of 3, we're gonna point to the person who we think is the spy. 1, 2, 3.
Wait, who are you pointing to?
You, yeah, I'm
Me?
pointing to you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have different ones. Okay, Carolyn, reveal your word, please.
My word is dead.
Okay, Josh.
My word is alive.
My word is also dead.
My word is dead.
Okay, so Josh is the spy.
Okay, I didn't even know.
Okay, Carolyn, who did you point to?
I pointed
Okay,
to
and why
Josh.
did you think Josh was the spy?
I think it actually had more to do with what other people said. I wasn't really too sure about his, but I felt like ours were all kind of similar.
Okay, Josh, who did you point to?
I pointed to Kiki. True love's kiss.
You know,
That threw me off too.
You know, a true love's kiss is supposed to bring them back alive.
Ah,
You know?
yeah.
Okay.
In fairy tales.
Yeah.
Well, I thought, I forgot who I pointed to, but I just was confused by everyone's clues. None of them really made sense to me, whether it was dead or alive.
I pointed to you because you said sometimes people are happy.
Well, I mean, that's true. Some people are happy when someone dies, someone that they don't like. So that's true. I mean,
True too.
Yeah, I still thought we had the same one.
still thought it was similar.
Yeah.